Aloha everybody, welcome to the Hawaiiverse podcast, a podcast that supports local by using rice paddles to scoop rice and also spank your kids if they act up. I'm your host Kamak Diaz, and what? Like scrap. I want to say a huge mahalo to our new Patreon supporter, Lizelle Baraka. They just signed up for our Ho'aloha friend tier on Patreon. So if you want to be like Lizelle and our other amazing Patreon supporters, go check us out on patreon.com/Hawaiiverse podcast. And don't forget to head to Hawaiiverse.com to buy local products from local businesses and help us in our mission of supporting local. Okay, let's introduce our guest. Our guest today is a Native-Hawaiian professional mixed martial artist from the island of O'ahu. He is a two-time welterweight champion who currently competes in the welterweight division of the Professional Fighters League. He is also a husband and father of 5 and was a 3-time state champion wrestler and 2-time O'ahu Interscholastic Association champion. This Hawaii native is the only fighter on the roster to win back-to-back championships and make it to the finals every year up to 2022. He has the fastest knockout in PFL history at 18 seconds and is the 18th ranked welterweight in the world according to Fight Matrix. He is a hammer and will drop the hammer on you if you step into the ring with him. He is Brada Ray Cooper III. Aloha, Ray. Welcome to the podcast. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going? Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, nice to meet you. According to Paulele Aucon, in a short interview I watched on YouTube, a hama is someone from Hawaii that is real good at what they do. So you're a hama.
Supposedly. I just like to fight.
Yeah. Well, it's cool that you do what you love and you're really good at it.
Yeah.
And you can get paid for it.
Yeah. That's
pretty good life, huh?
That's a pretty good life.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm excited to get to know more about your story and, what you got coming up next. But before we get into everything, I got to know where you're from, where you grad, and what was it like growing up?
I'm from, originally I was from Miley, Waianae. But when we moved out of there, my dad, he wanted us to get out of Waianae because at the time, it's kind of rough over there. You gotta fight, and there's other stuff that kids get into nowadays, freaking gangs and all that kind of stuff. So we moved to Pro City. So I graduated from Pro City in 2011. So yeah, I've been living there ever since.
Oh, right on. Same year as me. I'm 2011.
Yeah.
So 29 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, except you look like a man. I look like I am just a couple years out of puberty.
Nah.
You still have long hair too, yeah?
Yeah, I used to have long hair, but freaking this past championship, I had to make weight, and my hair was.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, my hair was like freaking almost 1 pound.
Oh wow! I never thought about that for cutting weight with people with long hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it adds a lot.
Pretty heavy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had to cut them. So.
Do you want to grow it out again?
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
It takes a freaking long time.
Long time. Yeah. And you gotta go to the awkward stage.
Yeah, I was growing my hair for like as old as my oldest daughter, 10 years.
Oh really?
Yeah. So.
Was it hard to cut it?
It was hard. Yeah. I didn't want to, but I had to do it.
Yeah. Dang, that's crazy. Okay, so now you just got the scrapple cut now.
Yeah, just one clip, buzz.
Yeah. Do you go to a certain person or you just do it yourself?
Nah, I just buzz it myself.
Yeah.
One clip.
Yeah, easy. Okay, so did you play any other sports growing up?
Yeah, on wrestle in high school and on play football. And that was pretty much the only 2 things I did when I was young.
Yeah.
I boxed a little bit, but everything was focused on wrestling most of the time.
Yeah. Well, what did you play in football? Linebacker?
Running back most of the time. I linebacker, but I was a running back.
Yeah. You got the Manti Te'o frame. Yeah. Can do both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you just like wrestling over everything else?
I mean, I wanted to fight from when I was young, watching my dad then fight back in the Super Bowl days when MMA was still young. So my dad, my Uncle Ron, PJ Pandem, I would always go to the fights. So I knew I always wanted to fight from a young age, but my dad never it wasn't a thing back in the day like, oh, you can fight and make money and make a living off of this thing, because it was still illegal in some sports. Some states, like the UFC was having a hard time at the time finding states to fight in, and Super Bowl was actually the biggest MMA company around back in the 90s. So yeah, I wanted to fight, but wrestling was the closest thing, and I just fell in love. I still love wrestling to this day.
Yeah.
And wrestling was just my thing.
You never wanted to compete in college?
Oh, I did. But I had a scholarship for go, but then I met my wife, and it's any local boy's travesty to not want to leave home. You know what I mean? They leave home, they like come back.
Yeah.
But I had my wife, my girlfriend at that time. She was, but I wanted to come home and just fight already. And start making kids and have a family. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Awesome. So your wife is actually a state champion wrestler too, yeah?
Yes, she's from Pro City too. She's 1 year older than me.
Yeah. And your brothers as well?
Yeah.
State champion?
All my brothers. Yeah.
Is anybody not in your family or related to you not a state champion?
A couple of my cousins is not.
Oh, what, you give them a hard time?
Hey, oh, yeah. You can't say nothing, you know.
You say, oh, you adopted.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just my sister, but she took second, but it is what it is. Everybody's different.
Yeah.
The way they handle stuff, so.
Yeah. Do your brothers fight too?
Yep, 2 of my brothers fight. They just turned pro.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, so they get like a couple fights pro.
What's the age gap?
We each is a year and a half, so I get six of us all together.
Okay.
Yeah, so each of us is a year and a half. So my other brother, it's like 28, and then 26, and then so on. 21, 24, 21, and then my sister is 19, I think.
Oh, okay. Pretty young.
Yeah. They're all so young.
Nice. So just following in your footsteps, which you're following in your dad's footsteps.
Yeah.
And it's like seems like it's a generational thing, huh?
I mean, we just was all athletes already, wrestling. We was wrestling most of the time. We all wanted to fight. I know I wanted to fight, so yeah, just.
Did you get into a lot of fights growing up?
Oh yeah, I used to fight planning in Maile Elementary.
What was the reason? Do you remember?
I mean, it's any reason, like the way you look at somebody, or you know what I mean, or what you're wearing.
Yeah,
it's stupid stuff like that. But I mean, that's how you connect. Sometimes most of my friends, I fought with them. That's one of my my best friends.
That's what I love about the culture over here, right? You just scrap it out and then you shake hands after.
Yeah.
For the most part, you know.
But nowadays it's not like that. Everybody like shoot and stab. You know.
Yeah, I know.
It's stupid, but I mean, when I was young, that's how we got along. Fight it out, and then that's it. Shake hands. We'll have them bill.
Did your dad encourage you to fight? Like even like these fights outside of mixed martial arts or boxing?
No, my
like
dad,
would you get in trouble?
I mean, if you started the fight, then I would get in trouble. But most of the time, I'm defending myself. You know what I mean? So it wasn't stuff. But my dad never did push fighting on me. It was just wrestling most of the time. He wanted me to go to college, get a degree, and what everybody wants
the classic,
to do. Yeah. But that wasn't my thing. I didn't like school. I was good at school, but I just didn't like it. I was over it already. So yeah, he never did push anything on me.
Yeah. What were you interested outside of sports, or were you just like hyper focused on sports?
At the time, I wasn't really into anything else but just wrestling. And, yeah. Before I used to wanted to ride dirt bike and race, but
nice.
It's a dangerous sport. That one compared, you got to pick which one. And
on spectrums, because what you do is really dangerous too. Coming from the MMA fighter.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay. So like you had your career started right after high school, or were you fighting in high school too?
No, I started fighting right after when I turned 18. I had my first amateur fight, and then my first pro fight probably when I was 19. And I'm king of the cage down here. So, and I knocked the guy out in like 10 seconds or something like that. Yeah.
How long do you think I'd last in the ring with you? I'm fast, so I could dodge. Like, I don't know if I would land anything on you, but guarantee, like, I could, scramble a little bit.
I know, you look like you can move, bro.
Yeah, I'm quick, okay? I think I'll at least get past the 18-second mark. I don't want to become the new record. Okay, so why did you decide to join PFL over all the other ones?
I mean, at the time, I didn't have a choice. It's hard for a fighter from Hawaii get fights outside, and it's hard for guys to see us. You know what I mean, with our scene down here, it's not too big. We don't get recognized too much. There's a lot of good fighters out here, but it's a burden for one promotion to take on one local boy that sometimes they're undisciplined. They don't have the wrestling. They only get the standing up part of it. So it's like, could we we're gonna spend all this money for bring this guy over here and he not gonna show up, or we can just find somebody in the mainland that's more cheaper. So it's hard. It was hard. So I just messaged Ray Seffel on Facebook and one day, and he reached out and he gave me a shot.
Wow.
Yeah, and then
Did you have a connection to him?
no connection.
Just
I was
randomly?
messaging any UFC, ONE FC, Bellator. None of them at the time was interested, just because it's such a liability to bring a guy from Hawaii. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they were starting at PFL. There was World Series before, so they was just starting PFL, starting that $1 million tournament. So I was able to get in on the first go, and
And that was
gave a
2018?
shot. 2018, yeah.
Yeah.
2018, yeah.
And so you've made it to the championship every single year for 3 straight years. And that was kind of just like, it's like going to the Super Bowl as a rookie quarterback or something, you know, if you want to look at it like that. That's kind of crazy. Were you nervous? Did you just had this crazy level of confidence that you could do it?
I mean, I always believed in myself, and I knew how good I was. It's just I was unknown at the time.
Yeah.
And I had all these other established fighters from the UFC, like Jake Shields, Rick
Bellator.
Storyden. All of those guys is just established guys. So for me coming in on nobody from Hawaii, it was kind of risky for them, but I mean, it paid off. It paid off. I believe in myself. I know I'm just as good as anybody, even in the UFC.
Yeah.
I believe I could be the champion in UFC too. So I just believed in myself, and yeah, it got me where I'm at.
Yeah, and when you say that, I believe you. The world believes you too, because even I was looking at the rankings this morning. You're the 18th ranked welterweight in the world, and it's like over some UFC guys. I mean, you have the top 15 all UFC guys, of course, because it's the biggest promotion.
Yeah.
But right outside of that is you. So I'm sure a lot of people always ask you why you're not fighting UFC, but we got some Instagram questions that we'll get into about that. But before we talk too much about that, can you explain to people what PFL is? Because it's different. It goes by this point system, right? And because even if you win a fight, you can still not make it to the playoffs. And there's playoffs. There's also times where you fight 2 times in one day, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So PFL is like more of like one season format, kind of like the NFL and all that. That's what they're trying to push for the fighters to have seasonal fights. But most fighters is not used to fighting so quickly like that. 6 to 8 weeks, you got to fight again, and you got to score points. It depends on how you win. You go if you knock him out in the first round, you get 6 points. 5, it goes on from rounds, and you have to get points to make it to the playoffs. And in the playoffs, it was fighting it twice in the night. The first 2 years, fighting twice in the night, but after COVID, they stopped it. I don't know why. And
Did you like that, fighting twice in a day? That sounds crazy.
I mean, I'm used to wrestling. You know what I mean? Wrestle the same day 4 times, sometimes 5. If you lose, you go backside. You wrestle like 8 times in a day. So I was kind of used to it. It wasn't too bad. You gotta finish the guy fast. If you go through a brutal fight, your first fight, and you win, but you all boss up and you gotta go fight one more time. Like 45 minutes later, you're gonna have a rough night. So the goal is to finish the guy in the first round.
Take as little damage
as possible, because
don't get too tired.
It's gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
So, but I love that. I love fighting.
Yeah.
I just love it.
The system is super cool because it incentivizes people to, one, have an exciting fight, but to finish people, because that's always what the fans want to see, right? They want to see a knockout, a submission, probably more knockout than submission.
Yeah.
And I follow UFC and a lot of the the other fight promotions, but sometimes you just get a fight, nothing is happening. You can hear the crowd booing. Maybe they only want to just try to take you down. Like, those are the worst fights.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So it's always fun watching a Hawaii boy fight because it's never boring.
Yeah.
I mean, if you haven't seen any of Ray's fight, just go to YouTube, type in Ray Cooper. Got some heavy hands. When I was watching you, I was like, I feel like you fight like a heavyweight, but you're fast like a lightweight.
Yeah,
I guess, I mean, that makes sense. Welterweight kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
But I don't know, that your punches are heavy. Like, that looks like some Francis Ngannou kind of punches sometimes.
Yeah. I don't know where I got that from. I mean, my dad is one heavy puncher too, but he was more of a counter fighter, boxer kind.
Yeah.
But I mean, we used to fight with kids, so that's how you know is we're gonna stand in this trade. It's not gonna be a wrestling match on the street. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you do have the wrestling background.
I have the wrestling background. Yeah. I think that sets me apart from everybody else that fights in Hawaii. Plenty of them don't have wrestling. Actually, none of them have wrestling.
Yeah, Puna is a state champion.
Puna is not a state champion, but even him too. He sometimes uses his punching and he punch hard too, but he exerts himself. You know what I mean? There is still gotta work. Just having that ring experience, I think it helps because it's on a different level when you get in there and somebody's trying to knock you out too. You know what I mean? So your anxiety and your adrenaline is pumping, so you kind of you're not thinking as you're fighting. But I think as the years go, you can get used to that, and I'm pretty much used to that. And I fought plenty of guys and bigger guys than me. You know what I mean? Yeah.
How do you think you developed over the years? I mean, just like, you think you're stronger, physically, mentally? Like before, were you a little bit more anxious getting into the ring? You'd get more emotional, not as technical maybe. But do you think you changed, or you still kind of have that brawler mentality?
I still have that brawler mentality, but when I was like 25, I was still kind of young in it, and you just, again, you're not thinking, you're just going in there, you like rip somebody's head off. Like, I mean, when you first knock somebody out, you always like knock them out, so you always gonna keep looking for it. So, but sometimes that's your downfall, and it happened to me a couple times. In PFL, I lost my first championship, and then in the second one I lost. I got knocked out because I was chasing the guy too much, and that just comes with it. It comes with the territory, and you gotta adapt to that. Be more calculated, be more technical. You know what I mean? Not rushing so much. Think about what you're doing. It's not just a whole blur. You gotta slow yourself down. So it helps you. I think I develop mentally, so calm myself down and pick your shots more.
How do you get used to taking hits? I mean, is it just natural? Like some guys, like cuts on the face, blood dripping down their face, eyes swollen. Like, is it the adrenaline that's pumping that makes you not feel it, or it's like you're just accepting the pain and you're like, well, what is it? How do you handle that, getting punched, kicked, elbowed in the face? Like,
you gotta want to fight, because if you cannot take a punch, or you cannot have the punch delivered to you, then you're in the wrong sport. So it's just when you're training so much, you know what I mean, you're gonna get used to getting hit and feeling hit, but it's just a different story once you start getting cut and blood is running down, and then you start thinking, I'm hurt. You know what I mean? But it's just a thing that comes with it. And I'm used to it. I mean, I've been in a lot of fights, and you just have to want to do it.
Does it just make you more mad when you got like a bump on your face or a cut, and you're just like, I want to get that guy back?
Sometimes, sometimes it's like that, but most of the time, you try to get that guy back, but he's trained too, you know what I mean? And he knows, he's going to try to come at me, so he's going to try to counter you. So that's all that little things, little small battles you're going through in the fight, Yeah.
You know what's interesting, when I was looking into your stories, how you fought Jake Shields, a UFC veteran, 11 years after your dad fought him.
Yeah.
And you avenged his loss.
Yeah.
How was that?
It wasn't about revenge. It was I wanted to get him back, but at the time Jake Shields was one of the top guys in the world. He fought everybody. He beat the current UFC champion at the time, Tyron Woodley. He beat Dan Henderson. He beat Robbie Lawler. All these big names. So he still was one top notch fighter, and he's a great grappler too. So he beat my dad, and I wanted to fight him because he was the favorite. That was my first year going in, so he was the favorite to win the whole tournament. And
he was the underdog.
I was the underdog, and I told Ray Sefa, I was like, I like him first. Give me him first right off the bat, and I got it. And Yeah, I dominated from the beginning. I knew how I could beat him. I knew my wrestling was superior to his one, but everybody knew him as a grappler, so they didn't know I had wrestling. So if I went on the ground with him, everybody was all scared and oh, you can't stand up. You know what I mean? It's like, no, I can handle this guy on the ground, no problem. And I did, and he didn't feel as what I thought he would feel, because he kind of out grappled my dad when they fought the first time, and my dad is still in good shape, and he still could like take me down and stuff. So I was like, I wasn't too worried about it, but yeah, it was an awesome feeling to share the ring with a legend like him.
Yeah, I saw a quote where he said that no one hit harder than you. No one has hit him harder than you.
Yeah, and he fought some big hitters like Dan Henderson.
Dan Henderson, that overhand.
Yeah. So that's an awesome compliment.
Yeah, super cool. Does it ever trip you out fighting these guys that you've watched growing up? Because we're the same age, so we followed the same sport, you know?
Yeah.
Like Rory McDonald.
Yeah.
Everybody saw, if you're a fight fan, the fight with him and Robbie.
Yeah.
Robbie Lawler, that's a legendary fight.
Yeah.
You beat him in the semifinals.
Yeah.
Crazy. This guy's a Bellator champion.
Yeah.
UFC veteran. You're beating these guys.
Yeah, it was a good challenge for me to fight these guys, and it's just reigniting my confidence in myself that I'm beating these guys.
Validation.
I am one of the best in the world, if not the best welterweight. So, but I think my welterweight days is coming to an end. I'm getting bigger, and the weight cut is kind of getting a little bit hard.
Too many kids, that's why you're getting the dad bod, huh?
Yeah. So I getting my sixth kid. My wife is pregnant. So
oh, congrats.
Yeah, so I can get one more.
How many do you want? You're like a whole army, yeah?
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
My wife like planning. I mean, I like planning kids too, so probably around 8. Hopefully, yeah.
Cool. You're gonna have one kid massaging you, one kid the ice pack, one kid being your cut person. You don't even need people.
Yeah.
You just need to have your whole family. I mean, but you do train with your brothers, right?
Yeah, I just train my brothers, and
I like your style where it's just like very like you have your core, right? You won all this money, you got this fame, but you're still so grounded where you stick to your roots, right?
Yeah.
In your garage.
In my garage.
You're not at a big fancy gym. You're just with your brothers.
Yeah.
Training.
Yeah. I mean,
why is that?
That's how I was raised, and for be close to your family, and with the gym politics, I'm not into that. Training guys and having guys come over. Sometimes it's different in the gym. Like sometimes guys like test you and they come in and order this like scrap. It's like, that's not what this is about. We training and I getting ready for a fight, and it's just that's just how I train. I don't believe in big gyms. I can have all I have with my brothers. My two brothers are state champions. One of my Blake, he's on national champion NAIA. He went to college and wrestled, so I have a national champion, and my other brother's a regional champion. So, I mean, I have all of it where I'm at, and it's just important to have your family with you and looking out for your best interests. Because some guys not gonna do that; they're gonna frick you over and take all your money and not give you what you worth. So, I mean, it's good to have your family with you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure after you won your first $1 million check, they was like, "Hey, what you gonna buy us now?"
Nah, it wasn't like that. I mean, I just wanted to be able to take care of my mom and dad and my wife and my kids and all my family. So
a lot of mouths to feed.
Yeah, it is. And just the sacrifices my mom and my dad made for me, and I just wanted to, give them back for raising me, spending all this money on me. I mean, they were struggling too at the time. My dad had to work one full-time job, my mom too, taking care of all 6 of us. So I'm really grateful for them, and I just like them live their best life. You know what I mean? Yeah. They don't need work now, and they just stay home. And my dad trains me, and my mom, she does her own thing. But we don't need to worry about the bills.
Yeah.
Especially about now with all this freaking inflation and all this stuff is going up. At least we're comfortable, and we don't need to worry about nothing.
Yeah. That's awesome. You control your own kind of rules,
Yeah,
and you don't gotta listen to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't gotta listen to any mandates, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So what was the first thing you did when you won that first $1 million check? Because as a local boy, especially, it's hard growing up in Hawaii, especially if you don't come from money, to pursue anything you want to do, to, get to a different place, because it's, a lot of things are, generational things, If your family isn't good with money, most likely you're not going to be good with money. And there's always these, special occasions where you have somebody like who's really good at something and they make it out of Hawaii, or they make it to the next level, like becoming a professional athlete from here is one of the biggest things that kids dream about. Whether that's a professional surfer, volleyball player, UFC fighter, mixed martial arts fighter, baseball player, basketball player. You don't really see too many basketball players from Hawaii, but we see a lot of fighters come out of here. And you've been able to reach that level and accomplish your dream. This is what you wanted to do since you were young. I mean, first of all, congrats. It's so stoked for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, now that you're here, and you've accomplished this, you've been able to, win $1 million. People go to Vegas just to do that, right?
Yeah.
And they end up losing more than they make. Yeah. But you did it. So what was the first thing you did when you won that money? Like, how stoked was it with your family? I want to know like the reactions, your initial reactions.
I mean, I'm not on I don't know. It wasn't one shock to me because I knew I was gonna do them, but it was just an reassurance again. Like, okay, we're fine. But again, making $1 million, that's not too much in Hawaii. It doesn't run. It doesn't,
like 400,000 left.
It doesn't run too much. But just knowing that it was good. The first thing I did when I came back, we didn't go eat Zippies.
What's your order?
Freaking Korean chicken.
Yeah.
Portuguese bean soup.
Nice. I'm Korean chicken all rice. That's my right
Korean
there.
Chicken all rice. Yeah. I mean, that was the first thing I spent on.
I love that. That. That's one local brada right there.
Yeah.
That's Brada Ray Cooper right there.
Yeah. But I bought my wife one new car. We needed a new car. Bought my mom one car. And yeah, that was
you need one 12-passenger van soon.
Yeah.
You better win another $1 million.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so. Yeah, I mean, the money not going, unless you win like when a guy that's so flamboyant and like spend all that money. It's like, I don't like that. I real secluded. I stay home every day. I don't go out. I don't do nothing.
So we won't see you at Moani Waikiki.
No, you probably will see me at Moani's a couple of sometimes on special occasions. But yeah, I don't really spend my money on crazy kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, see, you seem like a very down to earth guy and somebody who really values family and close friendships. So it doesn't seem like you really need anything to fill those voids. A lot of people spend money or buy things because they're missing something in their life, like they want something. They say one quote that I love is that the poor man isn't the one who doesn't have money. The poor man is the one who wants everything, or something like that.
Yeah,
I know I butchered that, but it's something similar to that. It seems like you already have what you want, so the money is just something that helps you take care of your family, right? It's not something like you're gonna buy a $200,000 car just to make you feel cool.
Yeah, that is insane to me.
Especially when you can knock guys out like that. You don't really need much to look cool. You could wear anything and I'll be like, "Mom, that guy got the best style."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy what people, when they make it that big. And I mean, I'm not even that big. I want a couple $1 million, but compared to like other people, it's not that what's all cracked up to be. It's just okay, we're financially secure, you know what I mean?
Peace of mind.
Yeah, peace of mind. I can train and not worry about freaking the bills and what I gotta pay my house. I gotta electric. All that stuff runs through fighters' minds that didn't make it, because that's what was running through my mind when
in the beginning, right?
Got through. It took me freaking 8 years to do get where I'm at. I was struggling job to job. My wife was working too at the Alaskan Airlines. I mean, it wasn't an easy time. So I value those times because that I'm not gonna go back to that, and that's what drives me to keep training and keep doing what I'm doing. I love the sport. Don't get me wrong. I like be champion. I like be the best in the world, but just having that security of not struggling anymore, especially in Hawaii, it's freaking expensive over here. So, yeah, that's the motive around doing that.
Nice. Did you always want to live in Pearl City, or did you want to go somewhere else?
No, I wanted to stay in Waianae. I'm a Waianae West Side kid. I lived in Waianae my whole life until I had to move. Probably like 6th grade, we moved to Maui. My dad was working in Maui, and when we came back, my dad bought a house in Palisades. So we've been there ever since. But I just bought property in Waianae. Yeah, congrats. So I always wanted to move back. I'm always at my grandma. My grandma and them live in Waianae too, up Hakima Road. So yeah, I bought one property in Waianae. So we're in transition to moving back there because I like my kids play outside. You know, have a yard, have a property. And that's how I grew up with my grandma and them with their property. I just don't like them being in the house because in Palisades, you just live in one house. I mean, we got a yard, we got a big backyard. It's just the mountains. We live in the back of the mountains, so it's nice over there. But I like my kids be able to stay outside and not worry where they're at because the street is right there. You know, they can't just go outside. I gotta go outside, watch them ride their bike on the road, and get them off the damn iPads and crap. So yeah, we just bought property in Waianae, so we're looking to move over there.
Do you try to limit their screen time? What is your parenting like?
Yeah, we try to limit their stuff, but they're homeschooled, so they're always on the damn computer and the iPad. So, yeah, I really don't like them being on there. We always tell them get off. My two girls get their phones. Freaking always got to take away their phone all the time because they don't listen. It's a privilege to have this damn phone with them. So, yeah, my wife is real strict with them.
Oh, okay, that's good. All right. Speaking about being strict, when you're fighting, you really have to be disciplined, and one of the biggest things is cutting weight, right? So you're used to doing it because wrestling, you always have to cut weight, and you guys cut a lot of weight. Is that bad for you?
Yeah, it is bad for you. Yeah, it's freaking.
We haven't figured out a way to not do that. Like people can just fight at their normal weights. What do you walk around at?
Oh, I walk around 230. Yeah.
230 and you fight 170?
Yeah.
60 pounds. That's crazy.
Yeah. Now I from when I was 25, I was walking around probably 90.
Yeah.
190. That's not too bad. But then as the years got on, it was getting harder.
Yeah. Every new kid is 10 pounds. Yeah.
I like to eat. I'm not freaking going to starve myself.
Yeah.
Because I need energy for training. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's a thing to do that. But some guys they like to cut weight because they like to be the bigger guy in the division. So that's the whole thing around cutting weight. They have the size advantage, and most of the guys do that. They cut from like how I do. I cut probably when I'm in camera, I'm around 210, cutting down. Right now I'm off season, so I can get up to that weight. But when I started training, I'm around 200, 210. Dropping to 70, and most guys is doing that anyways. So I've been doing that, and it's tough, and it's hurting you. It hurts your body long term. Fighting, dropping that weight, you're killing your body, dehydrating yourself, and then you gotta rehydrate right after that and fight the next day. One hard 15-minute fight. You know what I mean? So it's kind of rough. But I always fought at one weight that I was already walking around at. So I was fighting 55 before, and that was already on hard cut, and now 70 is real getting hard. So yeah, I'm gonna move up in weight to 185. Yeah.
Well, that's middleweight.
Middleweight, yeah.
Okay. Dang, I can't even imagine having to cut that. So take us through the camp. What is that like? So cutting, but let's see, you're 210 and you have to cut 40 pounds. in what, 6 to 8 weeks, something like
6 to 8
that.
weeks, yeah.
So do you have like a schedule, like you gotta lose 10 pounds every week, or like 20 pounds the first week, 5 pounds here, something like that?
Well,
Can you not eat?
Yeah,
like,
you cannot eat like sometimes. So
fasting
you
or
fast. You fast and then you eat one meal, and then that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, and then you like stay
two peanuts, one carrot.
Yeah, that's how it is. And that whole 6 weeks, that's what you gotta be doing. And then you gotta run extra, put sweats on, sweat plenty, lose the weight.
Do you do the thing where you put the garbage, the trash bag on top of you?
Not really. We get the sauna suits. We usually do
okay.
Yeah.
I guess we've come a long way from that.
yeah. So, well, the fight week I'm cutting like 15 pounds. So we just probably like 3 days out, 5 pounds each day. And you just gotta, on the last day you cannot drink no water, or probably 2 days out you stop eating, you just drinking water, and then that one last day you just no drink water.
Do you feel weak?
Oh yeah, you cannot just.
It's crazy.
You just gotta push through and.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I fast, I intermittent fast every day. I've tried longer fast too, but when I do like a 2-day fast, I tried a 3-day fast. I can't do anything physical. Oh, yeah. I tried surfing on the second day of my fast, or I think like the 48-hour, like that mark. I was like, head was sore. Like,
yeah.
I could not. I felt
but
like
you drink water, right?
I drink water. Yeah, it's just only water fast.
Yeah.
But I don't think I drank enough, or I didn't have enough electrolytes. But to do that where it's training intense like you guys, that's crazy. I mean, I can't imagine. I guess, yeah. I guess you can get used to anything.
And it's just, I do when I'm in camp, I fast too. I only eat once a day. Fast for the weigh-ins, you fast like 3 days, just water. Sometimes the last day not gonna be no water, and you gotta work out twice.
Do water.
Yeah, you can gain weight. That's why.
Dang.
And
you got water weight, just pee them out.
And you still gotta cut 10 pounds, and you tired as well. You just probably run 5 miles, and you can't drink water, and you only gonna drop probably like 4 pounds. You gotta go again.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's hard, but.
Wow, and you run a lot. Yeah, that's part of your training.
Yeah,
right?
you gotta run.
You're real old school. Just run miles.
Run miles and spa. That's
yeah. What is some post workout recovery techniques that you do? Like, I know a lot of people are into the cold plunge and sauna, stuff like that. What do you do?
I don't do nothing.
Nothing. Not even protein.
I just go eat. No.
Dang. No supplements.
No.
It's all natural.
I don't really take anything. I just eat.
Do you think you never wanted to like work with a nutritionist or something to get you like at the peak level? Like
no.
It just I mean, it's working, I guess, right? Don't fix what ain't broke.
Yeah. I mean, I could go and do that and stuff, but that's like.
So what do you do when you're sore? You just like roll out, stretch.
Yeah, just stretch. That's it.
You don't like.
I don't get massages. I don't do no acupuncture. I don't do any of that.
Dude, you're crazy.
I just don't like. I think that's how you get more hurt.
Really? What's the mindset behind that?
You should have your body more tighter, and I mean you stretch and warm up and stuff like
to
that.
Get loose.
To get loose, but once you start doing all kind unnatural stuff to your body, like doing all that stuff, and that's just what I think. Cause I don't do that. Nothing ever did hinder me, or I mean I got hurt and stuff, but it's not
nothing too crazy.
Nothing too crazy.
Yeah. Nothing too crazy, like the sticker. Okay. Well, what is it about fighting that you love?
Just the competition of it. You and one guy just going in there and finding out who's the best. And that's what wrestling is too. That's what drove me to wrestling too, because it's only you and that guy, and who can put that guy in. Who's gonna quit first? That's the thing about it, and that puts your mind in place. Like, it's either you gonna let this guy do this to you, or you can prevail. And it's just a competition of it. I love competing and seeing out who the best really is in the world, and I have yet to do that yet, to fight with the top of the line guys. Everybody knows where the top guys is, and that's the UFC, and hopefully one day I can go there. So yeah, just the competition. I love competition.
Yeah, I love watching it as a fan, just, as a casual fan that just watching it. I have so much respect for anybody doing sports at a high level because I come from a sports background. I mean, getting punched in the face, I've took a soccer ball in my face. I've been tackled, maybe helmet to my face, but never a fist to my. Actually, one time I think one time I got punched in my life was I was at a Empire of the Sun concert at the Republic over here. This is in college. My friends was pushing somebody, and they're almost getting into a fight, and I saw the guy about to go hit my friend, so I grabbed him from the back and I was holding him like this, and I turned him, and as I turned him, my friend was going to punch him. So as I turned, my friend punched me in the face, and I was like, "Oh, that's the first time I've ever been punched," and I was stoked about it. But that's the only time I've ever been.
Your old friend punched you in the face.
Yeah. Shout out to you, JC. But yeah, that's the only time. I can imagine getting kicked.
You took one punch. So
I took one punch and never got knocked out. And he's a Waialua banga, He got some heavy hands, so I don't know. Maybe I might look kind of small, but I'm tough mentally. Yeah. Nah, but that is a huge part of it, just the mental aspect. And one thing that I love is discipline, because I love discipline. And when I'm watching these fights, it's just to see just like the technical stuff, and especially when it gets to like rough waters, it's like say it goes to like, I don't think PFL has 4 and 5 rounds.
In the championship fights.
They do, okay. Yeah. So when it goes to like the 4th and 5th round, like who wants it more?
Yeah.
One fight I think about is the Israel Adesanya versus Kevin Gastelum, when it was like towards the end, like they were going back and forth. Yeah. They were so tired.
Killer fight.
It was like, who wants it more?
Yeah.
Those moments.
That's the best kind of fight.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because you just see like you can tell they're about to just pass out.
Yeah.
But to see them keep going, that's so inspirational.
Yeah. And
I get really annoyed when people, like those couch, what is it called, like couch fans or like critics. They're just like saying, "Oh, why that guy got knocked out? Why he didn't do this?" I mean, okay, like sometimes when it's really boring, like I don't know if you remember the Rose Namajunas fight versus Carla.
Oh yeah.
That was just a terrible fight.
I mean, yeah.
I think they even know it was a bad fight.
It's a high level fight.
High level fight. So there's that one side.
Like making mistakes.
Exactly, where you can respect it, because it's like, say I'm fighting for someone like Francis Ngannou, like of course I'm not gonna try to like rush into him, right? Like I want to be super technical, because sometimes
I would go right at that.
See, that's why you got a lot of fans. But you see some fights like that, right? Where you think it's just gonna be fireworks, and it's just like people are.
Just because the way Rose fights, you know what I mean? She's a banger too, but at the time she lost to her, so you know what I mean. You get some stings in the closet. You know what I mean? I don't like lose again. You know what I mean? So that's why fights like that happen. But it is boring, and you pay for somebody, knock somebody out, and you get that performance. That's the thing about fighting. You're your own market. So when you're fighting, that's what you have to portray. You gotta portray you, and want to go out there and do what you do. But those fights cannot.
Yeah, the interesting thing about PFL is you don't really need. You know how like these other promotions where you really have to promote yourself. You have to like Kobe Covington. He has this whole persona like. Everybody hates him, but he's a really good fighter. But it's almost like an act, right? PFL don't matter, right? You rack up the points, you make it to the playoffs. Yeah, it's up to you if you're gonna knock the guy. Yeah, you don't need all like these. Oh,
that's why UFC is so big. But
that is true, because the marketing.
It's entertainment. At the end of the day, it's a show. It's an act. Yeah. All these fighters and all the top fighters, they know it. Like Kobe Covington, you might hate him, but you're gonna watch him fight. Yeah. You're gonna pay this pay-per-view for fight. You know what I mean? Conor McGregor, same thing. Yeah. All these guys put that on because they know the system. It's entertainment. People's watching you do that. Yeah, it's a mixed martial arts fight. Yeah, it's a sport. But at the end of the day, it's just like WWE. You know what I mean? It's real. We're really fighting, but you gotta do what you gotta do. As a fighter, you gotta do that. If you be well known and people remember you, that's what you gotta do. But I'm not into that, so I mean, I'll be like that. Like I'm not gonna go out there and be all freaking crazy like these guys. But when it comes down to the weigh-ins, you like scrap. I'm about that. I will scrap you right here. You know what I mean? If we in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an act most of the time.
Interesting. Okay. So we're gonna get into Instagram questions real quick. Okay, we got a bunch. All right. So Kalani wants to know. Gotta tell us some epic street / schoolyard scrap stories. LOL.
I get plenty.
What's the top one?
Probably in elementary. Me and my friend. His name was Esse. That's how we met. He came to Maili, and most of the time it's just, you know what I mean, the way somebody look or something, and it's just okay.
We're doing this.
Boom, and then we just fight. I really don't have like outrageously stories about me fighting in school. It's just guys just like, oh, you look at them wrong, that's it, and then we just start throwing down already. Yeah. It's not gonna be push. You know, nowadays, oh, he push you back, push you. No,
just take off your shirt, put it back on, yo.
And we're fighting.
What?
Yeah, that's how it is.
How many times you went take off and put on your shirt? You didn't even throw and punch it.
How many times you can talk?
What? Yeah. That's classic. That's a classic thing. Did you ever fight over a girl?
No.
Oh, okay. Smart man.
Yeah.
Okay. Mark the Shock wants to know, you was awesome on the gridiron. Did you ever consider playing football after?
Oh, football. I had everybody's dream to play football when they was young. I mean, yeah, I at the time I wanted to just go to college for running back. I wanted to go UH and play football over there. But after I talked some sense into myself, like, bro, you're freaking 5'7", you're not gonna make them into the NFL. And you know what I mean? I mean, there's some
Austin Eckler.
Yeah, they get some short
Navy
guys.
Lawa, UH.
Well, all those guys is fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was fast too, but not at the level where these college guys is.
Not like 4'4", 4'5" speed.
4'4". I run 5'5", I mean 4'5", but I mean, it's not 1.4, 4.43.
Yeah.
These running backs nowadays is running is fast.
Yeah.
And these guys is big guys too.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I wanted to play football. I could have played football, but nah, I wanted to wrestle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it led you to the right place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a team that you follow, like a professional team? Or
Chargers. I like.
Chargers. Nice. I like the Chargers. Justin
Yeah.
Herbert, everybody. Austin Eckler.
Yeah.
You know, I had Austin Eckler. I play fantasy football.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really into it. I had Austin Eckler on my team last year, and then I follow him on Instagram. So I won this giveaway where you just tag somebody just randomly. So I won a video chat with him.
Oh, me?
So I got to talk to him with a couple of my friends. It's cool. Super cool guy.
Yeah.
I love him. Yeah, but Chargers, they're one of my dark horses for making it to the Super Bowl this year.
Hopefully we do it this year.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much talent on that team.
Our defense is so good, but then I don't know.
Yeah,
they're crazy.
I don't know. Sometimes it's interesting to see people or like teams with so much talent, but they just don't really put it together.
Yep, they just kind of click them.
Yeah, it's. I don't know if it's a head coach thing or I don't know. Even like fighters too. You know, you see people with so much potential and like they just can't really like.
There's plenty of guys that is from Hawaii.
Yeah,
they just cannot put it together. They cannot do what they need to do. Get plenty of them. Plenty guys is so good. It's just. They're not disciplined at the end of the day.
And what do you mean by not disciplined? Like they don't put in the work?
Most of the time they're not going to put in the work. They're not going to train.
Like they think they're already like naturally talented.
Yeah,
like they don't really need to train.
Don't need to train. They just like fight. It's like, that's not how it goes.
Yeah.
Because all these guys is training for big time fights. And I mean, we have plenty talent over here. It's just they're not disciplined.
And the ones who do make it, they're probably really disciplined.
Yeah,
most they just got lucky.
Nah, they're disciplined, but when they get to the big stage, they kind of put it together right then and there because everybody's good already. Yeah, like, you gotta step it up.
Especially the level of competition here compared to some other continent, right?
Because we don't even have fights down here. We just started having fights down here. So most of the guys that fight locally don't even fight, and they don't have enough income to to go out and travel and fight, because it costs us a lot. Flights, hotels, getting one car,
Paying for your team.
paying for your team, paying for the food that you gotta do throughout the week, finding one place for training. It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think separates someone like you, Max Holloway, BJ Penn, champions, you know, compared to the other guy? Just the discipline part?
I mean, BJ wasn't the most disciplined.
He was not. That's an example of just unbelievable talent.
Yeah, and he wanted to. He knew what he wanted to do, and he would go out there, guns blazing. And he was one of the biggest inspirations to me, in the fighting, because he was a smaller guy. He would go out there and just
Fight
wreck house.
anyone.
And he was the best
Machida
in the world.
heavyweight.
Yeah, Lyoto Machida heavyweight.
Crazy.
He's off his rocks. This
Yeah.
guy. So, yeah, it's
BJ Penn for governor.
yeah,
Woo!
BJ Penn. Shout out BJ Penn.
2026. When's the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. Lucid_explorers wants to know. Ask about his sleep regimen and how many hours he targets when in camp versus out of camp. This person has a podcast too, so shout out to him. And he talks about lucid dreaming. So he's interested in sleep. So does it differentiate when you sleep during season and not season?
I don't know. Not really. I don't even dream, so I just
Really?
fall asleep and get up. I mean, it's just from training so much.
You're just so tired.
So tired, you just boom, fall asleep, and then I just get up.
What time do you go to sleep and what time do you wake up?
I usually get up. I go sleep around like 10, and then get up around like 7 o'clock because my kids is up already.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean, I don't have it. I'm not like I gotta go sleep this time and then get up at this time. So most of the guys like that, they don't have kids. So
Yeah, that's true.
my son is just waking me up already.
Your alarm clock is
Dad.
crying.
Yeah.
Dad, hey, can you make me some breakfast?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, Malu.Shibug wants to know, will we be seeing him in the UFC, one championship, maybe even bare knuckle? And basically, I got the same question from 4 other people. H. Kuroda says, is he signing with the UFC in the cards? Luke ACG wants to know, will you be joining the UFC after your contract ends? Copena92 wants to know, does he see himself taking a jump into the UFC in the near future? Everybody wants to know, will you be signing with the UFC or other organizations?
As of now, I don't know what's gonna happen. I like go to the UFC, but gonna be at one heavier weight. I'm not going in at 70. I'm gonna be at 85. So yeah, hopefully.
Dana White, if you're watching this,
Hopefully.
we're there.
Hopefully.
Dude, you wouldn't have to go in the contender series, right? Because you're already established, right?
Yeah, no.
You would just like kind of like a what's his name, Michael Chandler, how he just changed organizations.
Yeah, would be like that probably. Just
How do you think you or people in the PFL compare to people in like ONE, Bellator, UFC? What's the level of competition like?
I think that's where the best guys is at. Just the competition is different. The atmosphere is different. How the event is set up. That all plays in a factor in fighting. And
Even the octagon sometimes is
the octagon,
or
yeah.
sometimes
the
it's
size
not
of
an
the,
octagon.
the size
yeah.
of the
size of the ring. Yeah.
the octagon.
Yeah.
And it's mostly the crowd going out there and performing in front of that much people. That plays with your mind, and you just gotta be ready. That's the difference with the UFC. Everybody knows the UFC, so you gotta be mentally prepared for that.
What is stopping you from signing with them? Because obviously you got the talent.
Right now my contract with the PFL is stopping me.
When does it end?
It really doesn't end.
Oh.
So it's like it's a thing that we're going through right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're gonna get there.
Okay, well, we'll just follow you and
Yeah.
check for some announcement. Hopefully, I'll see you on the Ariel Helwani show
Yeah.
announcing that
Again.
Ray Cooper just
Yeah,
joined the
yeah.
UFC.
Hopefully.
That would be
One day.
awesome. I
One day.
love. I think I watch almost every single event for the UFC, or the main cards, or
Yeah,
the
yeah.
main like the 270 whatever's.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd love to see you on top of that. I mean,
Pretty soon.
but I mean, there's some other good like Bellator. I think Yancey's in Bellator now. Yeah.
Yeah. My cousin is in Bellator right now.
Yeah. Kamaka, right?
Yeah.
Like Kamaka.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot. I feel like all these local fighters are like either related to each other or just like
I mean,
just
it
know
was
each other,
a
right?
tight-knit community. Most of them was their trainers fighting. Most of them was their dads, their uncles.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So everybody kind of knows everybody from back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the same guys. You
Yeah.
get some new kids coming up because kids like fight nowadays, and
Well, you
think it's-
inspire them. Max
yeah.
Holloway inspires them. BJ Penn inspires them.
yeah. But sometimes they
Yeah.
use that as bad things when they say you're an MMA fighter. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like pick fights and do
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that kind of crap. But yeah, it's much more than just knowing you can fight.
Yeah, true. Okay. Wednesday's Child NYC wants to know, who is your prediction for 2022 PFL welterweight champion? Rory McDonald or Sadibu Sai? How did he say that?
Sarabusi.
Sadibusi.
Yeah.
Sadibusi.
Roman McDonald's not fighting the finals. It's just other guy, Taylor.
Oh, okay. Well, Wednesday's Child NYC, you're wrong. Maybe try ask correct questions next
It's a
time.
different guy. They fought.
Joking.
They fought in the playoffs, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he got it mixed up, but I'm not too sure. Those two guys, I fought one of them, I beat one of them, and then this Russian guy, he was the 2018 champion, the guy that I fought. Magomedov, yeah. He fought that other guy, so it's like.
But you fought C2, right?
Yeah.
You beat him.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's.
He don't care because he beat them both, so irrelevant.
It's dumb. You know. I'm not agreeing with them right now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully.
Hopefully, Sai wins. Sarabusi. He's
Yeah.
a good guy. He's a
Okay.
cool brother. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. This came from my friend. He just messaged me this question as a joke, but I'm still gonna ask it anyways. Kevin Aloha wants to know, what island has the best bangas?
I don't know. Obviously over here.
I don't know. Big Island.
Yeah, Big
you know
Island
what I
too.
mean?
Now Big Island get some freaking bangers. I mean, all the islands, all the
Yeah.
islands get good fighters.
Nah, Oahu has more, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's hard to say. I guess what are you like comparing them to? You know, like how do you even rank that, right? If you make it to the,
I mean, if you can
UFC.
do everything. If you're
Yeah.
just on Street Fighter, then I mean, get plenty of Street
Yeah.
Fighters that is awesome on the street and knock plenty guys off.
yeah,
But we're talking about from a professional level. I think more guys probably from here.
mm-hmm.
But all of them get plenty. Maui get plenty guys.
Mhm.
Kauai get plenty guys. So,
Really, I don't know any fighter from Kauai.
Tim Tevez is from
Tim Tevez.
Tim Tevez.
Sounds familiar.
He's from Kauai. He
Tevez.
fights. He just got into ONE FC, I think.
Oh, okay.
He fight down here a couple times.
Yeah, and then Maui, I just remember Kendall Grove.
Kendall Grove, yeah. With John Pico.
Oh, Pico, yeah. There's Aaron Pico, right? Is that related?
Aaron Pico. I don't know who Aaron Pico is.
It's not Aaron Pico.
But John Pico just passed away. So. but-
Pico.
Yeah, get plenty guys from there.
There's Aaron Pico. I think he's from Hawaii. Bellator.
No, Aaron Pico is not from Hawaii.
Oh, he's not from Hawaii.
No. He's
Who am I
from
thinking? I'm thinking of somebody
mainland.
else.
He's a wrestler.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Ken. Last question comes from Dane Arakawa. He wants to know, what's the best martial arts background to have in MMA, boxing? Or what's the best martial arts background to have in MMA? Is it boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai? What do you think?
Mine's one is wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Because wrestling, you can control the fight. You can take the guy down and the guy cannot strike. So
Mhm.
I think wrestling is. I mean, that's kind of biased. You asking me, I'm a wrestler.
Yeah, but I mean, it makes sense if you follow. I mean, someone like Ben Askren,
Mm-hmm.
who has no stand-up,
No stand up.
but he was able to win so many fights
from wrestling, 'cause
just from wrestling.
you can control the pace of the fight.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How
Wrestling.
do you think wrestling compares to like jiu-jitsu? Like, would a wrestler be somebody that does jiu-jitsu or?
Depends.
Mm-hmm.
Depends how good the wrestler is. Because sometimes some wrestlers they don't know how to grapple, so they get submitted with all kind of different stuff that they don't know. So, but I love wrestling and I think wrestling all the way.
Yeah. Do you have any training in jiu-jitsu or kickboxing or any other?
Yeah, I do. I did jiu-jitsu a little while, but most of the time I'm a wrestler, so I've been grappling for a long time.
Yeah.
I always grappled, so.
So
yeah.
you're not really gonna try to submit somebody, right? You just wrestling is more of like your defense, maybe, or your offense is to like control somebody,
Yeah.
and then but you're always trying to stand up, right? Is that like your main?
It depends on how the fight goes. Like
Or who
I
the
would
opponent is.
wrestle him. Yeah, who the opponent is. But grappling wise, if it's there, you're gonna take it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so mahalo everyone for the Instagram questions. Make sure you leave some for our next guest, and maybe your question will make it on the podcast. All right, so I got a couple more things I want to know. You seem like a very just humble, keep to yourself. Just you probably have a real small circle. What keeps you so grounded and humble?
Just the way I was brought up by my parents. It was always close with my grandparents too. Yeah, I don't know. That's how my parents raised me, and I wasn't really one go out and have plenty of friends, guy. And I always have just my brothers. That's it, and my cousins from Hawai'i. And yeah, that's how my grandparents raised us. We'll be close together and always have your family's back because our family always gonna be there. You're gonna have all these friends. They're not gonna be there. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, when things get rough, like when I first was starting to fight, I never have the income that I needed, and my mom and dad helped me out, and yeah.
They said blood is thicker than water.
That's true.
True. Okay, what do you love about the Hawaii fans? You know, I feel like the love and support that you get from people here, it's amazing, right? I mean, I'm sure every other place has that for other people, but here it's like everybody's like, brah, Ray Cooper, that's my cousin. Max Holloway, oh yeah, I saw him in Foodland one time. You know, we shook hands. Like you're so proud of these people, even though you don't really know them.
Yeah.
So what do you love about the Hawaii fans, and how much does that mean to you?
I mean, I love how the energy they bring. I haven't fought home in freaking years, but just being at the fights, this last one my brothers just fought, and being at like Bellators having the crowd like that, seeing the blaze, you can feel the energy in the house that everybody they like the Hawaii people win, and they're gonna be behind them 100%, and that gives you a motivation once you hear the crowd, you know what I mean, cheering you on,
the cheap booth,
and everybody just yelling your name. It gives you a little bit extra energy because you know that people's there for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you wanna put on a good show.
Put on a good show and stuff like that.
How much do you hear from the crowd when you're inside of the ring?
I don't really hear nothing.
Yeah.
I just kind of go into one mode that it's time to fight. And
do you hear your coaches?
Not really. Most of the time.
They probably don't like that. Yeah.
My dad don't like that. Most of my dad, and then my other two brothers is usually in my corner. So times I get too amped up and I'm not listening to them. So they kind of gotta during the rounds they usually get me back on track. So yeah, it's because it's an unreal feeling for me walking down into the cage, and it's like a fire in me that I don't know how to explain it. It's just that drive for compete. It's just heavy in me. Yeah.
Do you have any superstitions or like any routines that you always have to do before getting into the fight? You know, some people do a roll or whatever. No, I just like
go in there and
bang.
And bang.
Close the gates already.
Yeah.
How do you decide if you're gonna touch gloves or not?
I usually don't touch gloves. Yeah. Because I'm gonna just punch your face. Yeah.
Well, what do you think about people touching gloves? Do you think?
Some guys do it. I just don't think I want to do that because I'm in a mode that I want to fight already. It's no one. And like when people hug each other during the rounds, like, bro, don't do that to me because I will blast you.
Yeah. Yeah. How you fought your cousin once, right? Zane Kamaka.
Yeah.
How was that? How weird is it fighting somebody that you know?
It was a stupid thing.
Yeah, how do you even get like amped for that, right?
I mean, me and him had disagreements, and he came into my weight class, and we had some family problems, and he was being stupid, saying dumb stuff. So
he learned the hard way.
He had to learn.
At least he was nice and
irritating.
you choked him out though.
Yeah.
You
It was
didn't knock him out.
irritating. And he was running away most of the time.
Hey, that's what I'd be doing though. So I don't blame him. Okay, if you weren't fighting, what do you think you'd be doing?
I have no idea. I'll be working construction, just
Yeah.
like everybody else.
If you go fluorescent yellow long
yellow
sleeve shirt.
Operating machine.
Yeah.
That's
You'll be at stevedores.
Yeah. I don't know. It's freaking hard to get in there.
That is, yeah.
They're freaking.
You could.
They only. You know.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's irking. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'll be my grandpa and my dad is construction workers. They work for Hawaiian dredging.
Mm.
So I mean, I was real close to going to work because my grandpa's old school. He used to tell me, "Not for it. When you gonna start getting a real job?"
Mm.
Because you know what I mean. At the time, I wasn't making nothing, not too close with what I'm doing now as a career. So my grandpa would be always on me, get on job. But then once I got into the PFL, then he was like, okay. I was like, see, Mama, you have to just wait.
Yeah.
You have to just wait till later on. He's like,
Yeah.
But-
It's hard for people sometimes to see the vision that you see, right?
Yeah.
Because
it
you
is.
believe in yourself so
It is.
much that you know it's gonna happen. You see yourself holding the belt. You see yourself making a living out of this. But for some people, especially people close with you,
Mhm.
it's like they do it because they care, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, what are you gonna do now?
Yeah.
Like, is this sustainable? Because
Yeah.
like I've even had times like that where it's just like, so what are you doing now? Like, you
Mhm.
started a business. Like, are you making any money?
Yeah.
Like, what's
The closest ones
yeah.
to you can a little bit doubt you, but
Yeah,
they just don't see what you see, and
exactly.
they just don't understand. And that's at that times when planning your family, this is gonna work out.
Mhm.
You just gotta believe in yourself and
Mhm.
know it's gonna happen, because that's what I do. I do that every time. Sometimes they question me. It's like, I don't care what you guys say. I'm gonna make them. And I know it's harsh to say that, but you gotta believe in yourself. You cannot just have regrets. What if I never do this? What if I never do that? So it's the main thing. Believe in yourself and go with your heart. No listen to anybody, no matter what.
Mhm.
Believe in yourself.
I love when people doubt me.
Yeah.
I love it because I love proving people wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Told you.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just like to be able to, sometimes you want to bring it up too. It's like, hey, remember that one time you
Yeah,
said I couldn't do
yeah.
it, but look at me now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you get a lot of support. I get a lot of support, but
Yeah.
there's always some times where it's just like, especially in the beginning, right?
In the beginning, yeah.
Where you're just starting off,
Yeah.
people are just like, they're worried about you.
Yeah, they're worried.
You know?
They're worried and they don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
People like to be realistic most of the time. Right?
But a
It's
lot of
just-
successful people aren't realistic.
Yeah.
You gotta kind of have a little bit of crazy to
Yeah.
get to the next
You
level.
gotta take risks, man. You
Yeah.
gotta take risks.
Exactly. Awesome. So what is some advice you have for someone wanting to get into MMA and start fighting?
I don't know. Just
Shut up and bang.
the discipline about it, and get ready for be broke most of the time if you're starting to get into it. But I think the most advice would be go to the mainland. You know what I mean? For somebody that's just starting to fight and you don't really know nothing, go to the mainland. Go try it out over there, because you always can come back home. You know what I mean? Or go to Vegas, because there's plenty of fights over there. So just go train, see other gyms, meet people,
Make the
because
connections.
make the connections with these bigger gyms, because they're the ones that can get you the fights.
Mm.
If you're gonna try them over here, I mean, you gotta know somebody. You gotta have a manager that going to take on risks for you.
Mhm.
Or it's better for you just go over there, and if you just by yourself, like you don't want no family, you don't want no kids, go out,
Mhm.
go to the mainland and go do it over there.
Mhm.
You'll be recognized more.
Yeah, so it's not so much the lack of talent or adequate training. It's just more the recognition that
Yeah.
you can get away.
Over there.
Yeah.
If you by yourself and you
Yeah.
fighting, yeah.
But once you get to that level where you don't really need to
Mhm.
be,
Then you can come
recognized,
back
then you
and
come back
you
and you
come
can
back.
just train here, like
I mean,
someone like Max, right?
yeah.
Like you.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't go out, so
Yeah, so
I did it the hard way.
you did it the hard way, but you let your fist do the talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think is the hardest part about what you do?
Maybe the training training wise, that's the hardest thing because you gotta train every single day, do the same things over and over again. Even
It's
if
real
you
mundane.
like, if I don't have a fight, like if I wasn't in the PFL, you gotta be training all the time, being ready to fight, trying to get a fight, and that's the hardest thing about that is having to know when you're gonna fight and training every single day for one fight that you don't even know if it's gonna happen. That's the hardest thing.
Yeah.
You get discouraged sometimes, like spending all this money, doing all this work, and I'm not gonna even get a fight, and then you gotta wait till the next time. But as for me, I don't think anything is that hard. It's fun. I love to train. I love to fight. Fighting is the reward at the end of the day. You get to go out there and fight in front of plenty of people and do what you love.
I think at the end of the day too, like there's a lot of hard things in life. It's just choosing your hard. Like what do you want? Like having a relationship, that's hard. You know, your career, that's hard. You know, if you want to learn something new, it's gonna be hard. But just choosing what do you want to invest your time in.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, well, awesome. What are you the most proud of after, you know, everything you've accomplished? I mean, you still have so much to accomplish, you know, we're still so young. But as of right now, what are you most proud of?
I don't know. I'm not really. Maybe just doing what I set out to do. Getting to a big promotion and being a 2-time world champion. I know it's not at the peak, but it's one of the biggest organizations. So I'm just probably proud of myself that I actually do what I said I was gonna do. Yeah.
That's awesome. Congrats. I mean, I think one thing that also validates that is like you weren't just beating some scrubs.
Yeah.
You know, like you fought some high level competition.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you probably make more money just winning that tournament than a lot of people making their careers in the UFC, right?
Yeah.
What is the payout structure like? So do you get paid for every fight and then you get the check too? Does second place get anything? Like,
I mean, you get paid each fight, and it depends on your fighter. I mean, the fighter itself, what he getting paid. So I get paid every fight, and then on the fight night, I mean, when you win the championship, you get paid with that too.
Okay, so the $1 million is just a bonus. It's like fight of the night kind of bonus.
Oh, it's the grand prize of the whole thing. So
yeah, but what I'm saying is it's just like an extra compared to everything else you're getting. Oh, okay, nice. So you do get a little bit more than just that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right on. I wasn't sure if it was just like winner take all.
Yeah. And the second place gets paid too, and then
Okay. What do you think is the biggest challenge that you face in your line of work?
My biggest challenge is probably making the damn weight. That's the.
You say it with such disgust.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, cutting weight is probably the hardest and the most grueling thing. That's the fight before the fight.
Yeah,
you're fighting yourself most of the time. That whole day or that whole week, trying to make the weight, and
What motivates you to keep going?
I'm just fighting and knowing you got it's a job. So you know what I mean. You're not gonna fight. You're not gonna get paid. So
you gotta show up.
You gotta show up, and sometimes I didn't show up. I had to, but it's just it's getting to a point with me that is getting unhealthy for me.
Yeah,
to keep killing my body like this, and I'm still young, and I just keep doing it to myself. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that anymore.
Yeah, at least you know you're aware of that. You're listening to your body.
Yeah,
you're not killing yourself even more before it gets
too
far gone. How do you handle adversity? So when you can't make this weight, maybe you lose a fight, something doesn't go your way, you're in camp, things aren't working out. How do you get through that?
I just usually forget it. I just toss it aside because the more you keep dwelling on it, the more it's gonna keep weighing you down. So I just I forget about it and just submerge myself in something else. Like I would go, like if I came off a loss or something, I would just do something else. I'll go ride dirt bike or go to the beach. You know what I mean? You just gotta learn how to let it go, because the more you dwell on it, it's gonna just keep eating at you. So,
do you have any mental exercises that you do? Meditation or nothing?
No.
Straight to the point, yeah.
Meditation, I usually go drink some beer.
That's the meditation. Green bottle meditation.
But yeah, I really know. I don't do that. I just no.
What are your hobbies outside of fighting?
Riding dirt bike, and I just started golfing too.
Oh, nice. I
Golfing,
feel like everyone our age is getting into
I
golfing.
know, yeah.
For real.
Golfing is an odd sport.
Yeah.
That is mentally, all mental.
Yeah.
Because you cannot just go out there and just crack this ball.
Yeah.
Crack the ball. Whoop, slicing.
Yeah. Break a window. Oh, sorry, auntie.
Yeah, but I usually ride dirt bike. That's when it's real. That thing is fun as hell.
Yeah.
Just go in the mountains and just disappear. Yeah.
So going back to golf, what do you usually shoot? How good are you?
Frick, I just started hitting 100, almost breaking 100, so yeah, it's irritating.
How different is that from fighting? Because, fighting is like, it's almost like you have to be this brutal kind of person, right? You're like not killing somebody, but you want to like take somebody's head off. But it's you have a way bigger target, right? Whereas golf, maybe when you're driving, you want to just whack that ball and kind of just destroy it.
Yeah.
But there's also, like you really got to be in control because you have to aim, right? You have to be accurate.
Yep.
Whereas, do you think there's a little translation from like fighting and golf?
Yeah.
Or is it like totally different, you think?
No, I think it is different. But the mental aspect of the stuff of golf is you have to be real technical. And I'm not a technical guy when I fight. I mean, I'm somewhat technical, but when you golfing, you have to be focused, calm. You can't be crazy. You got to be on the ball, striking the ball at the exact same point on the club. Get that thing to go straight. Then there's different places where the ball lies. The position of the lie, you gotta judge how to hit the ball. So there's plenty of stuff. It's a mental game, golf, and fighting is the same thing. It's all mental. Most of the time, it's mental and not physical. So that's why I like golf. It's challenging. It's very it challenges me.
Yeah. Love a good challenge.
Yeah.
Do you think people have certain stereotypes about fighters? You wouldn't think, oh, this guy who fights, beats up people, likes golf. Do you think people have those stereotypes?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. What do you think is the biggest stereotype about fighters that people have?
That it is jerks most of the time, and they're not smart people because they're just going there. It's just like a human cockfighting. You know what I mean? That's what it is. A chicken fight with men. So I think that's one thing about people that they just think fighters is just no brains, all bronze.
Yeah. Well, there are a lot of good examples of people who are entrepreneurs and they do other stuff besides just fighting.
They're planning because Your Faber was one of the guys that does planning businesses. Has his own gym, has his own fight company, his own promotion. So there's a lot of guys that do good. Conor McGregor is a big example.
Yeah, exactly. He's a multi-millionaire.
Almost $1 billion.
Yeah,
this guy.
I know he sold his whiskey company.
Yeah, for $600 million.
Yeah,
600.
So he's probably close to $1 billionaire.
Oh yeah, I guarantee you.
Yeah, or at least maybe just like in assets. Yes.
Yeah, but that's what he used his platform, made his whiskey business, did all kinds.
Yeah.
Freaking clubs back in Ireland and that. So
yeah,
he's a smart guy.
Okay, well, going off of this, what is something you wish people knew about you that they don't? Maybe something people misunderstand.
I don't know.
That you just don't want to punch everybody you see, maybe.
yeah. I know one mean guy or anything. I'm real soft spoken. I'm a nice guy, and And I just want a guy that just like freaking fight all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
I do. When
I don't know. This guy was looking at me weird when I met him downstairs. I thought he was gonna scrap me. I don't know if I want to believe him. Nah, it's interesting because we see these fighters as brutes, right? Just on TV or whatever. But some of the best fighters are the nicest people.
Yeah.
Like Yancy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That guy is so brada, like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna help you whatever you like,
Yeah.
joking all the time.
Yeah.
But then you put him in the ring and he's just trying to knock your head off,
Kill him,
right?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's interesting how it's like so different.
Yeah, it is.
It's a job at the end of the day.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
And
It's like acting, you know, when you see an actor, maybe they playing like a villain role on TV, but in person they're super nice. But
Yeah.
you know, we're gonna see them like that. You know,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
in your mind, you're like, oh, that person's probably a really mean person.
yeah.
You know, so I think it's similar to
Yeah,
that.
it's the same.
Yeah, just common misconceptions. Yeah, but I will say a lot of the fighters I've met, super nice.
Yeah,
You know,
all of them.
yeah, especially like I've hung out with BJ Penn just recently a couple times this past year.
Yeah.
Such a nice guy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
super nice. Loves Hawaii. Loves
Yeah.
the people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what are your future goals? You know, what's the next steps? Obviously, getting into the UFC, but beyond that.
Yeah. Yeah. Get into the UFC, and then I still like wrestle in the Olympics.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So probably the next one I'm gonna try.
When is the next one? 2020?
2024, I think. Yeah, around there. So.
You never tried before?
No, I never did because I just got into fighting and again I didn't have the funds to go and compete and stuff. So.
Do you think you're too old for that? Because I feel like Olympians, like, they go real young, right? They start real young.
Yeah.
But I guess it depends on the sport.
Yeah. Depends, because some guys is still competing in the Olympics and
Yeah.
they're on there they're late 30s, but they've been wrestling for a while. So, I mean, no, I don't think I'm.
I guess I'm thinking of like snowboarding or like skateboarding where you have like 16-year-olds.
Yeah.
winning,
Yeah.
but that's not like a
Yeah.
physical like one-on-one kind of thing.
Yeah.
so,
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better for you to be younger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
But you're like right in the middle.
I'm still young.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
Like
hopefully one day I can still.
27 to 33 is probably the prime years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Around there.
Okay. Dang, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Follow in the footsteps of Duke Hanamoku, Chris Amore,
Yeah. Yeah.
next Hawaiian Olympian.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. Well, I'll be rooting for you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. And then, so you want to do that, like, during the time you're fighting?
Yeah,
or?
as I'm fighting. I'm already going to be in shape, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Does it conflict with any, you know?
I wouldn't.
You just wouldn't take fights?
I wouldn't. Yeah, probably would not take fights.
there-
And
is
it's
there,
only,
like-
it's only once every 4 years.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the tournament probably is going to be like 3 days. So.
There's no contractual obligations with, like, different organizations? Like, you can't?
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't know.
Oh, so you'd have to figure that
I would
out.
have to figure it out, but I see why not. You know?
Yeah.
It's just wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's just, yeah, it's just,
Mm-hmm.
it's not something that is crazy.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So we're coming to the end of the podcast, and you know, I gotta ask my guests, what is your life hack? Do you have a life hack?
I don't know. I didn't think about that. Frick.
You gotta think of one on the spot now. This is everybody's watching. You got the camera, the lights are on you. It's the fifth round. You need a knockout. You're down on the cards.
Frick, my life hack. Take off your slippers when you go in the house.
That everybody should be doing that.
Some
Yeah.
people don't do that.
Yeah.
Freaking Hollies.
Life hack, I'll add on that. Take off your slippers when you go in the house. You can also use it to throw at your kids.
Yeah.
To throw at people if you're not listening,
Yeah.
or spank the kids.
Lickings.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
licking. That's the old school licking.
Yeah. And one more step above that, you can put it on your hands and run faster.
Make yourself run fast.
Yeah, so if you just feel like you're just not getting to that next level, just put the slippers on the hands right here. I'll show you guys. This is, everybody knows this technique, yeah?
Everybody knows.
Right here.
You run fast.
Yeah. So right now, like, this is maybe like a 4.740, but this 4.240 guaranteed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a Hawaii thing?
That's
You
a
think?
Hawaii thing, bro. I never did
On
ever see that.
all islands? Because I mean, I'm from Hilo, and we did that. But even
All
when you guys
islands.
grew up, you did that.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder where that comes from. I guess maybe we just don't want to leave our slippers on the ground.
I guess, but I used to do that.
Yeah. It's scientifically proven.
Makes you run fast.
Yeah. I wonder why we did it. I guess as kids, you just. Why don't we do that as adults? Is what I'm thinking. No? If we did it as kids and it worked in our head, why don't we do it as adults?
I don't know. You probably think, it's dirty to slip with your feet.
Yeah.
Right now, you're just like, nope.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a competition. I'm gonna do a slipper on hands sprinting competition.
Yeah.
I'm gonna invite all the athletes in Hawaii. Be a Hawaiiverse race or something like that. All right. Okay. I got 5 rapid fire questions for you to end the podcast. You can just let me know your answers. Actually, you have to change this because you already answered this. I was gonna say what's your favorite thing to do when you're not fighting, but you kind of told me that. Let me see. What's your favorite thing to eat? Okay, right there. So, what's your favorite thing to eat right after a fight?
Pasta.
Pasta.
Chicken parmesan.
Home cooked or you buy from somewhere?
You buy them. Yeah.
You ever been to Regal's? Regal.
Regal, no.
It's on Kapahulu.
No, I never
It's
did.
like this Spanish Italian place. I just went for the first time last week. It's mean.
Oh, yeah?
You should, if you're in town, you should try check that out.
Regal.
Regal, yeah. It's a super, super nice ambiance. It's right off Kapahulu, right on the side of the road. Super good food. I had this like crostini or something. I don't know what it was, but it's good. But they also have paella. It's like the Spanish rice stuff. And I didn't try the pasta, but everybody that goes there says it's super good.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not like super expensive. Yeah, but date night maybe if you can find a babysitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cannot.
Just take all your kids. Nah, it's mean though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
I like that place. Regal. Okay. What was your favorite childhood snack?
Simon. Yeah, that's pretty much
What brand?
Was it the ramen one?
Top ramen.
Top ramen.
What flavor?
Shrimp.
Shrimp. Yeah, the pink
Shrimp or
package.
chicken. Yeah, the pink package,
the chicken was the orange one.
package, yeah.
You ever did the thing where you put them in a Ziploc, you crush them, you take them to school?
That's the snack I'm talking about right there.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what you meant.
Yeah.
Classic. Yeah. Let us know in the comments below if you
just
did that.
smash them right in the package.
Yeah.
Smash them in the package. Just boom right there.
Yeah, you share them with your friends.
Yeah.
I love when it's kind of like the small pieces.
Yeah.
I love those because if you crush it too much, then it's hard. You know, it's all like the tiny pieces. You just gotta like waterfall into your mouth. But when they have those little chunks, that's the best.
I'd bring Vienna sausage. Just put Vienna sausage right inside.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, when I was in Peace Corps Madagascar. I lived in Madagascar for 3 years, so I never had like running water or like stuff like that.
Oh,
somewhere.
you live like straight off the grid kind.
Yeah, straight off the grid. Just get water from a well.
Oh, that's mean.
Yeah, so I did that, and so we did training, and then 3 months after they drop you off at your site and you live alone. And I couldn't figure out how to turn on my gas stove. So my first meal was I went to the Epiceria. It's kind of like just like a hole in the wall mom and pop shop where you can get stuff. And I bought ramen. It's called ramen over there. And then I just did that. I did the classic thing. I just crushed it up, ate it because I couldn't figure out how to turn on my stove.
Couldn't make hot water.
Yeah, so I just ate it like that, and it's so nostalgic.
Is it nice over there in Madagascar?
It's beautiful. It's one of the poorest countries in the world, but there's a lot of beautiful things over there. I mean, if you ever have the chance to go, I would go. It's super far. It's off the coast of Africa. So it's like it's literally on the other side of the world from us. So it takes like over a day to get there. Yeah, but it's beautiful. I got this tattoo over there. This is the island of Madagascar. It's the Okina.
Did you go fishing like that over there?
No, I wasn't by the coast. I was.
Oh, you wasn't by the coast.
So it's a huge island. It's the 4th largest island in the world.
Oh.
So I lived over a day from the ocean.
Wow.
Yeah, like legit
that
a
big.
day. Like yeah, there's 30 million people living there. So I lived 4 hours from the capital. So just for me to get from my site where I live to the city, like Honolulu, I'd have to go 4 hours.
Oh.
On like this Bruce, like this big bus that goes over terrible roads.
So the thing is like big, like on state, like one of the.
It's
states.
like it's bigger than California.
Bigger than California.
Yeah.
Wow.
You could fit Madagascar. Like,
and it's just its own country.
It's its own country. Yeah, French colonized. But what's cool is the language. I speak Hawaiian. And I learned Malagasy. They're in the same Austronesian family as each other.
Oh, not.
So the language is similar. So it's crazy that I was on the other side of the world and it was
the same.
Felt like it was. I went
same.
from the big island to a bigger island. You know.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But low key, just a very cool destination.
You stood there for a year?
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah. I joined the Peace Corps, like this volunteer organization. So I went there for 2 years and I extended for one more year because I loved it so much.
Wow.
So I was there from 2016 to 2019.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think that's when I first heard about you at the end of 2019 or well, end of 2018, right? That's when you won. You won 2018, 2018, yeah.
No, 2019 I won, but I was coming off
2019, yeah. Because I think I was just coming back home around that year, and I remember seeing like you in the news or whatever. Yeah. But what is your favorite? This is the question. What is your favorite place you've been to outside of Hawaii?
Molokai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you hunt?
Yeah. Hunt deer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Access deer.
I think you was expecting somewhere else.
Oh yeah, I said outside of Hawaii actually.
Outside of Hawaii, nothing. I don't know.
You seem like you just love being here. Yeah.
I hate leaving here. I hate going to New York. New York is the most ugliest place in the world. If you ever been to New York, don't go there.
Yeah, I've been there once.
It's freaking trash.
It's a lot. There's actually literally a lot of trash on the side. And
the freaking rats is huge as hell.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was cool to fight there and everything, but it wasn't a joy.
Yeah. Oh, you're a local brada through and through.
I've been to New Jersey and people were saying, oh yeah, you can go swim in the ocean. And look outside and the damn water is gray. I was like, bro, it's not an ocean, bro.
Yeah. It's freezing.
It's freezing cold.
Yeah.
Like, it's not what an ocean look like.
Yeah.
Come to Hawaii, I'll show you what a real ocean look like.
Yeah.
So irking, but yeah.
Yeah. Where would you want to travel outside like of the States?
Nowhere.
You don't have like any bucket list destinations?
No. Probably I would like to go Japan. Japan is one place I like go for fight. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And probably just go snowboard too over there.
Yeah,
get some mean snowboarding
yeah.
over there. But yeah, Japan probably is the only place.
Is Pride still a thing? Is
No.
Pride? No.
They won FC.
Oh, they're
not one FC actually. No, it's just now it's one.
Now
FC,
one is the main one over there.
Risen is a different.
Oh, I've heard
one.
of Risen. Yeah.
That I think those guys is more Pride, but the
Oh.
Pride one stopped because had some Yakuza guys running them. So that's why.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's
you seem like you'd be a good Pride fighter.
Oh, I used to want it to. That was one of my.
Just straight kick people's head right
on the ground, knee, everything. But you can kick somebody in the face standing up, but you can't kick them on the face on the ground.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird to me. And you can elbow them too.
And
you
UFC
can elbow
is more
somebody on the
strict too,
ground. Yeah, UFC is more strict. You cannot knee and kick. That's pretty much the only thing.
Yeah.
And soccer kick. You cannot soccer kick.
It's kind of crazy. You know, you have one hand on the ground, then you can't knee me.
Yeah.
But
they want to stay like this, and you can knee
exactly.
me. That's weird.
How are you supposed to be thinking that quick too? Like you saw the Aljamain Sterling Peter Yan fight.
Mm-hmm.
I saw so many like funny memes like how to beat Peter Yan. Is it somebody who was just like under like hand on the ground like this?
Yeah. Well, I think that was a meme for 1 year. I think.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna fight soon. Aljamain and De La Shaw.
Oh yeah.
And then Yan and O'Malley.
Yeah.
I think next week or November. I forget. It's coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who are some of your this is another question. Who's your favorite fighter?
My favorite fighter.
Yeah.
It was my dad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But from
Just current right now.
Not even right now. I don't know. I don't have a favorite fighter.
Do you keep up with all the other
Not
fights?
really.
No. But you just know the guys.
I know the guys, yeah.
Yeah.
Though Dan Henderson was my favorite.
Yeah.
He's not competing now, but at the time, Dan Henderson is my all-time favorite.
Yeah. I can see that in your punches.
BJ too. BJ.
Yeah.
He's my all-time.
He's the GOAT.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talk about him. Like, I think Anderson Silva said he was the GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
I just, you know what kind of makes me sad is how, like, people don't really understand how good BJ was because of the way his career ended.
Mm-hmm.
They don't realize how good he was and the things that he did.
Yeah. It's just, again, those guys that just on the computer, they don't freaking follow. They don't know.
Yeah.
He was the pioneer of the lightweight division.
Yeah.
They don't understand that.
He helped the UFC make it what it is.
He was the reason why everybody would watch.
Yeah.
It was BJ Penn. Yeah. Knocking on Matt Hughes.
Joe Stevenson.
Everything.
Yeah, Matt Serra.
Yep.
GSP. I mean, he didn't beat GSP, but
he did beat GSP.
Yeah. Wasn't there some controversy with the was it Vaseline in the first fight?
Yeah, they rubbed Vaseline all over his body.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. I don't like George St. Pierre. Wish I could fight him.
Yeah, he's. I don't think he's gonna come back. There was talks about him and Khabib.
Bro,
I mean, yeah,
he's a scrub.
Who would you want to fight in the UFC?
In the UFC?
Yeah, like
right now.
If you could choose.
Or like fight the champion.
Yeah.
Of the middleweights, Israel Adesanya. Yeah. Him or probably Paulo Costa.
Mm-hmm.
One of those guys.
Yeah. Oh, you and Paulo would be a good matchup.
Oh yeah, I'd stand and bang with him right in the middle. Yeah.
I think Izzy would be a little like, he'd probably be one of those that he's kind of afraid to. I mean, he's a smart fighter. He's an amazing fighter, but you know, it's not the most entertaining sometimes.
You just gotta take him down. That's it.
That's what Jan did to him.
Yeah. That's what you gotta do. You cannot play his game.
Yeah.
You gotta be smart about it.
Yeah.
You know he's a multiple time world champion kickboxer, and you're gonna try to stand with him and try to kickbox him when he's like 6'4".
Yeah.
The hell? You're dumb.
Yeah.
So.
Do you think that guy has a chance beating him in the upcoming fight?
Who's he fighting?
He's the fight.
Alex
yeah.
Alex he got a big chance.
He's the one who beat him. The only guy who beat him.
Yeah, but that's a while ago.
Yeah.
And he's not the same. You know what I mean? He's not gonna make the same mistake again.
Yeah.
So that guy hit hard. He just can't get caught.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see. Okay. Two more questions. Favorite restaurant?
Zippy's.
I was gonna say Zippy's.
Yeah, I don't have a favorite restaurant.
Yeah. I love Zippy's.
Yeah,
people,
I love Zippy's.
You know, want to go to all kind of different places, but
it never gets old.
Zippy's just has that family feel. Yeah. The food is good.
Yeah. And I know what I'm gonna get, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think I ordered two things. The Korean chicken, and sometimes if I want to get wild, the zip back.
Yeah.
You know. You ever had the Portuguese omelet sandwich?
Mm-hmm.
In the morning?
It's bomb.
Yeah, those things are mean. I love that. Okay, favorite movie?
Favorite movie? My favorite movie is probably Troy.
Troy.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite.
It's the Gladiators, yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically what the UFC, with the MMA fighters are these days.
Yeah.
It's just gladiators modern day gladiators.
Modern day, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, except you don't die for the most part. You just lose.
I mean, you're not slaves. You know,
yeah,
slaves
exactly.
fighting.
You have a little bit more freedom.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's crazy. Okay, well, awesome. We're at the end of the podcast. Mahalo so much for talking stories, coming on. It was awesome getting to know you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, do you have any last things you want to share with the people? Exciting things coming up. Just stay tuned.
Yeah, just stay tuned. Something big is gonna happen.
Yeah, where can people find you?
I get my on Instagram. Sometimes I don't answer, so if you message me.
Yeah, he'll answer like 10 months later.
I don't check it all the time. So at Ray Cooper.
It's not a bad thing. Yeah. I never get mad at people that don't have Instagram or don't focus on Instagram, because it's like some people just don't need it. I mean, like, as you know, people with a platform or like recognition like you and other people, like you have it for business, right? Yeah. But not everybody is as into Instagram as other people. So it's like,
I really don't.
You just don't get mad when people don't respond to you. Yeah. Like, people have their own lives, you know.
I focus on other stuff than Instagram, but
and like all that.
But you get my number, so I'm not gonna ignore you.
Yeah. Okay, mahalos. All right, well, best of luck on your next fights. I'll be watching. I hope to see you in the UFC soon.
Yep.
You know, got a fan. I'll always be supporting the local boys.
Guarantee.
Yeah.
Thank you,
so,
bro.
Mahalo, Ray, for joining us on the Hawaiiverse podcast. Check us out on Hawaiiverse.com, the best place to support local. Spread aloha, be kind to one another, and mahalo for listening to us today. New episodes every Thursday, so make sure you follow us and leave a review. I'm your host, Kamaka, and you'll hear me next time on the Hawaiiverse podcast. Ahui ho.